Couch Talk with King Teeth. I am your host, King Teeth, of course, and I have a very powerful entrepreneur sitting right next to me. Beautiful, first off, Miss Maria Jeancola.
Just like it sounds.
Just like it sounds. Just like it sounds, just like it looks. How are we doing tonight?
I'm good.
You're
Tired.
Good? Tired. Why are you so tired?
The last about 4.5, 5 days have been, I think I'm on like maybe 12 total hours of sleep.
The grind.
It's crazy.
I love it.
So I think I said something to you earlier. This is probably about the best time that somebody could interview me about being an entrepreneur, because I've got so much going on in life and in the businesses right now. And it's all good things.
Yeah.
Nothing negative. Usually it's the good things that stress you out more than the bad things. The bad things are kind of like, well, that happened. The good things, it's just like,
How do I get more of this?
It is. It's, I just hired a new employee. She just started yesterday, thankfully, an office manager, because I've been doing the work of like 3 people. But I know.
That's a level up.
Yeah. But
like I got somebody in the back right now I'm trying to recruit.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, but I told her, and it's funny because I'm thinking of it now, that I warned her I'm about to get into what everyone calls my zone.
Okay.
Like the zone.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know, my kids have seen it. They know it. I knew my friends and family just know that like I'm just like head down and I just go until I crash, which is not exactly the healthiest thing, but, I get a lot done in a little bit of time.
You get stuff done.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yeah,
so opening this up, let's talk about your entrepreneurial spirit. How did that come about? Where did that stem from?
So, I come from a long line of small business owners.
Okay.
Everyone in my family, in some way, shape, or form, both on my mom's and my dad's side, have owned businesses.
Okay.
On my dad's side of the family, they started the Jeancola coal company.
Okay.
I don't know, forever ago, like during Great Depression time. And then in the late 30s, going into the early 40s, started Italian grocery store, meat market. It was like a tiny little corner store with one gas pump, one Sunoco gas pump.
Yeah.
And then they moved, and I think it was 46 or 48, to a bigger space, bought some more property, and that's where I grew up. I grew up inside of a grocery store every day after school. My dad gave me something to eat, and we'd go to the store, and I stayed there till close. And so I just learned kind of the hustle of a small business.
Yeah.
We weren't rich by any means, and there were definitely hard times, but I saw what it took to run a business, and that my dad was there literally, usually 6, sometimes 7 nights a week till 7:38 every single night. And my grandma was there, running it. And there I was, like, doing my homework while I was ringing somebody out at the cash register, and so, so I just, was able to do that. And then on my grandmother from my dad's side in Macedonia, he owned a bakery. And then on my mom's side, radiator shop, Thomas Radiator Shop.
Oh, wow.
And
so
then a scuba diving shop. Yeah, so like it was like...
It was just in your 100%, eyes
100%.
All the time.
Yeah, it was and it wasn't. It was like in my subconscious.
Okay.
Like it was embedded in me. And funny thing, from 5th grade on, I knew, like, did you know what you want to be when you grow up?
No.
That's fine. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I don't.
I'm here. I would never think I was like interviewing people. That was never even a thing.
That's good. You're doing well. That's awesome. if you're doing what you love, then
that's exactly.
Yeah. But no, 5th grade is when I was like 100% dead set. I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a television broadcaster.
Okay.
I wanted to sit behind a news desk. I wanted to read off a teleprompter. I wanted to have that big hair and like the perfect makeup. I went to school for it.
You got that part.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Went to college for it.
And I'm flirting. I'm going to flirt tonight.
Oh no. Well, hey. At least I'm single, so.
There we go.
Staying single though.
Yes.
Forever.
Wait a minute.
I'm married to my business right now.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you a pass on that one.
Yeah, I tried dating. It just doesn't really work very well.
For an entrepreneur, it's hard.
It is hard. I was actually talking to my daughter about that on the way. Basically saying, like, if I ever end up dating again, it has to be somebody who's busy.
Yeah.
Because I, had the opposite. I had, somebody that, I've had the extreme opposite on both sides. Like somebody who was like, not a very good, genuine person, and you kind of stayed in that toxic relationship. And then I had the exact opposite, which was someone who treated me like an absolute goddess and smothered me. So maybe I'll find that balance in between. Yeah, I need somebody that's as busy as I am and like understands that if I didn't answer my phone for 12 hours, it wasn't because
on purpose.
I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then I picked up my phone over the course of 12 hours. I've seen on my watch, but like I got busy.
Right. And that's hard to explain with somebody who doesn't understand that.
Very hard.
It's very hard. And for them to not just take it in, but apply it to their life because they're never used to that.
Correct.
So let's talk about what keeps you so busy. So what are these businesses you do that you've created for yourself?
So when I decided to drop out of college, which is not really something that your parents would be happy about, mine said to me, "What took you so long? Like that was a really expensive year." Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, kind of thing. I mean, they were always very supportive. Same thing I tell my kids. At that time, I was 18, getting ready to turn 19, and I dropped out of college for a lot of different reasons. Honestly, like I just failed out. Like it was bad. I had to work to try and stay in to let them keep me there, and just got involved with the wrong people, the wrong crowd. A lot of people that meet me and know me now, I tell them the story, and they're like, "Wait, what?" I mean, I always say that it was a wonder that like I didn't end up in jail or dead, and found myself pregnant at 19, alone, completely just me, father completely out of the picture. Wanted nothing to do with our situation. And in that moment, it was weird. It was like sounds funny when I say it, like it was like a voice in my head. Not like voices in my head, right? And I just kind of heard to myself, like, this is your angel. This is your angel that came to save you. And so that's why I named my daughter Nevaeh, which is heaven, spelled in reverse. And it was in that moment, I'm like, you got to change your life. You got to make something of yourself. You got to be something. And that's where, like, that embedded into my subconscious kind of came in to play. And I was like, what am I going to do? And so I just, like, completely turned my life around and just tried working as hard as I could. I mean, I was a waitress at Red Lobster at the time, like, because I didn't have a job. And so, yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, I got to do something, but like I was working every shift that I could, as hard as I could, and all that kind of stuff. And then she came along, and I mean, I had to figure something out, and I moved us into our own apartment, actually, in one of the apartments above my family's old grocery store.
What?
Full circle, right?
That's
And landed a job working for an internet company, working from home.
Yeah.
I worked for them for a total of 8.5 years, and what happened was during that time they saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and I worked my way up as high as I could into the company and had the opportunity to learn everything that I possibly could have learned about business, because it was hard. At the time I didn't get it. At the time I was like, why is this happening to me? What am I doing? They offered me a management position and a raise to move to San Diego. I picked up with my 2 kids, moved to San Diego. I had no friends, no family there, and they basically, I felt like I was thrown to the wolves. And I was in a very toxic marriage at the time, and just kept grinding. I mean, I'm talking 70, 75, 80 hours a week working. My kids were babies, like playing at the beach or playing in the backyard, and I'm sitting on a picnic blanket, like on my laptop, like constantly working. And
what age were you at that point?
So let's think. So she was born so I was 21, 22.
And you were working 70, 80 hours?
Nonstop. And I didn't have a choice because San Diego's expensive, first of all. My husband's time, wasn't making a ton of money, but I mean, he was working hard and taking care of the kids so I could work during the day. We had opposite shifts, so I mean, like, we were making it work. And we were both in a lot of debt. We worked hard. We got completely debt-free. We paid off, I think it was $47,000 of debt in like a year and a half. And we were only making like 60-something a year. Yeah. Like, there's this financial guru I follow, Dave Ramsey.
Yes.
And I think I told you about that. My life motto, my quote is live and give like no one else now so you can live and give like no one else later. And he's got this thing, like, he basically says, like, you eat rice and beans. That's what you do for as long as you need to. Yeah. But then, so this company, though, I had no idea what I was doing. It was an internet company, web design, computer and software sales, things like that, refurbished computers for nonprofits, churches. And I couldn't figure out at the time why I kept getting challenged, why I kept asking for help, and they would say, go figure it out yourself. Yeah. It was a very tough love type of employment situation, and I just figured out how to run a business.
That's amazing.
I did, yeah. So then moved back home, got divorced, and started a business of my own in the health and wellness industry, and was doing quite well, actually. And I'm like, this is great. I'm my own boss, finally. Yeah. And during that same time frame, reconnected with an old friend from high school, Dr. Nick Bigrig, and he was a chiropractor. And he was just starting a clinic in Cleveland, in Westlake. Wow. My sister was his office manager. What? And just open, like weeks open, right? Yeah. He got into it because he used to play professional football and hurt his back during a game. And was told, why do you think I have couch talk? I need to be comfortable. I can't sit here and be uncomfortable. Look, here's my business card. Okay, free exam and X-rays. Oh. So he was supposed to have a spinal fusion surgery, and found a different form of chiropractic. Chiropractic that really no one ever has heard of. It seemed like, and never had the surgery. It fixed him, went back, played another year of ball, and then got a 3-year semi-pro rugby scholarship to go to chiropractic school.
Really?
Yeah, it changed his life, and he wanted to help people the same way, so he moved back here.
Yeah.
We reconnected. It was very serendipitous the way that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was no rhyme or reason to it. My sister wasn't able to work one day, and they couldn't think of anybody else to like fill in that they trusted, and I was like, yeah, I can do it because I had my own thing. Like, that's the cool thing about being a business owner. You can make your own schedule. Around, And so I did, and at the end of the day, I'll never forget, I was there for 9 hours, and somehow I learned how to verify insurance, and I reconfigured the server that the x-ray computer was on because I had this IT background from the other company. I made some marketing materials. I checked in all the patients. I like did all kinds, organized front desk or whatever. At the end of the day, he sits down. I haven't seen him in 10 years. Like, we were friends in high school, but like we didn't really know each other anymore. I'll never forget it. He sat at the front desk and just looked at me, and he's like, "You are a freak of nature. Do you want a job?" And I said no. And it was about 2 weeks later. We were like, yeah, maybe I